Hello everyone and welcome to this sick video on the sick AUDUSD trade that I took while, yep, you guessed it, I'm sick. Stay tuned for the breakdown and the fundamental scoring and seeing how you can get involved in a move like this. Let's head straight to the video. Good morning everyone. We're a little bit under the weather here, but I'm looking at an AUDUSD long. Reason being, on the COT we have long positions positive, shorts decrease, and open interest is up. It was on the top right of the real trend, but not that significant. I'll show you after. Just waiting on market executing right now. Okay, we've gotten in. Alright, so the reason why. We had a lovely false move on the M5 over here. We got that swept. Now we have rebroken this area here. M5 with a fair value gap. So what I'm hoping, and on the M15 it looked absolutely great going through this fair value gap. What we're hoping for is that this stays a fair value gap and then we just launch up. On the fundamental side of things, again, let me just make this bigger for everyone. While the score in AUD USD was not the greatest on here, net positions are positive for the longs and it was on the top right in the real trend. And on the US dollar side of things, it was on the top left, meaning that its strength last week could have been a false move and open interest was down. People were out of the longs and also, but more were out of the shorts, which is not always a bullish sign. I know this is going to look a little bit messy on the higher time frame, but I was looking at potentially reaction from this area, which is where we're reacting from, or a sweep of this low over here. Seeing what I wanted to see on the intraday over here with the false moves and stuff, this is about to be a nice M5 close, I hope. Another pair that I was looking at today was GBPCAD from this region here. If we look down on the 4 hour, we have bearish order flow, and on the fundy side of things, GBP showing some weakness on the COT and bearish intent, whereas CAD showing some strength. Longs were up and it was on the bottom left, meaning potential shorts on the CAD were possible. Potential false shorts, that was. This close is a decent one within the fair value gap. I'm getting a little bit of volatility here. I did not realize that we had consumer confidence, but it doesn't usually move price too much. It came in better than expected for the US dollar. What would that do to our fundies chart? It would flip this from a -2 to a +2, and then this goes up by 4. So far momentum is still a little bit more on our side. So we have the M3 fair value gap here and this one here. We've just been a little bit balanced on the way down. If we look at the M1, we have our last point here, which is a good one. We have this one, and it looks like we're starting to pick up a little bit of strength. This is going to be a region right here that we need to break past in order to continue on the upside. That's why we stay patient, we just chill. If you wanted to wait for confirmation, you'd probably just get in right now. You just have to get past this zone right here, and then hopefully we're on a flyer. So we're having a fair value gap battle between this and this, it seems. It looks like we just tapped this and dropped down, wick, so we have to shoot up. I just have to hope that we close above this region over here, and that'll give us a little bit more conviction on the actual trade. A positive sign is that we also kept this fair value gap. If we can stay above this region, but we keep the fair value gap, that's a good sign for us, especially when we close in about 2.5 minutes. I just highlighted areas to be cautious of if we make it up there. Obviously, we're not going to touch this until 11:30 or unless structure starts showing on our side here on the M3. We are struggling a little bit, but we have broken above this zone. We do have a fair value gap here, which we could pop up from. We're probably going to have a nice M5 closure right here, and if we get this, then things are looking good on our side. The M3 closure is going to be a nice one in 1 second. Okay, we've just hit the first zone of potential resistance, and we're kind of reacting down from it, but my rules indicate that I cannot touch a trade till 11:30, or if we get a new higher low, something like this, and then we pop up, then I can go break even. Until then, we're chilling. I'm just gonna see how forward test is going, because I did forward test GBPAUD. You have been a high drawdown there. There wasn't really the greatest region. I think the best region was from up here. I just did it off of the liquidity, anticipating Irwin strength and GBP weakness. You would have almost been stopped out though. Okay, so we're just about to see what that M15 close look like, and yeah, that's exactly what we want. Once again, M15 here, had a fair value gap, tapped in, sprung up. Now we're in one of two danger zones. Can't break even until 11:30 until we get a higher low and a higher high on the M3 because this was a trade off of the M3.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Looks like we're getting into zone 2 pretty effortlessly, but usually around 10:50 there could be a little bit of a reversal or a push up. And just check financial juice. So they did say that they're ready to make any necessary step to make a deal with the US. Anything that's war related. If there are peace talks or anything like that, which is what we're seeing here, hopefully, that's bad for the US dollar and safe havens. That means risk on. So you're probably going to see stuff like NASDAQ flying as well. See? But gold's probably going to start sinking. I had this region on gold, but I don't trade gold, where price could sink. Oh, and it tapped it and just dropped it. See, but this, I guess this was just a technical level thing. But always keep that in mind. That's why the fundamentals are very important. Don't just trade the lines. Don't just trade the liquidity. Try understanding the why. Why am I trading this? So hopefully we start getting the lower high and then push up. So it seems like we are getting our rejection out of this region, which also coincides with the daily open. So hopefully we muster enough strength to just pop back up. We do have another nice fair value gap that we have just formed, and well, it'll be official within 3 minutes. Just have to cross fingers, hope the analysis was completely correct. Obviously, you could have gotten a lower entry, like around here, but we don't take the chances. We know that our target to London high is 2% or 2.1%. Like I showed in the last GBPUSD video, that trades like these could be missed if you're waiting for this fair value gap a lot of the time. A little bit of the sell, but we have a fair value gap here on our side. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the only ones we have, but we have the M15 one. And it seems like this fair value gap is saving us, the one that we talked about right here that we formed. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just like how this one helped us. This is looking very much like the NZD USD trade from January that I took. If you haven't watched that, that's right here. Skip to the chapters because it was one of my first times making a live trading video, and 29 minutes is a lot. So if we get a close right above here, then we can go break even. The GBPAUD forward test. GBP is very strong on the day. Not strong fundamentally, but GBP does love trading edges, so that's something to take note of. Maybe the GBP shorts happen later this week.
6.5 hours later.
Unless you get a data shift, but I don't think they have much. We have our This Week tab, and it doesn't look like GBP has any news events this week, so it's a quiet news week overall for the US dollar. AUD does have its CPI tonight. Have to be cautious knowing that. I feel like I'm getting betrayed by 10:50 to 10:55 golden time. Come on, shoot up. Forgot about our big tool here. Put the magnet right up top. Hopefully price comes back in the direction that we want it to, and we'll need a repelling magnet on the bottom here. Once again, thanks Mr. Wasteman Mackle for this theory here. Guys, go on Mr. Mackle's channel if you're looking to actually find out how he day trades, and comment Wasteman Mac. He loves that. Okay, we'll see how this closes. We started our little push up. Okay, we are officially risk-free on this account. It's done what I said, the higher low, higher high. I think it was all the magnets, really. We are pretty close now. See the magnet? It's doing its wonders here. But because we're up about 1.75%, I'm just gonna close it. Like I said, I'm pretty sick, guys. I just want to rest. I don't want to give up 1.75% to try making 2% or 2.1%. I'm happy with 1.75%. We were 3 pips away. So realistically, I closed out right around here.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Which I'm very happy with. Look, I wasn't even planning on making a video today.
I'm dying.
Not feeling well, but the beauty part about trading is that as soon as we're done with our session, this trade just took less than 1 hour and a half. You have the rest of your day. Obviously I have to edit this video now, but I'm sick and I can just rest for the rest of the day. We closed out before hitting the actual TP, but again, I'm super happy with 1.75%. I woke up with 0. It looks like price is heading to TP, but once again, I'm not looking to risk 1.75% and go break even just to make that extra 0.25%. We're almost 90% there anyways. I hope you're able to learn something valuable today on how I incorporated the higher time frame with my intraday rules of the false move, the break, and then the entry. Along with matching with the fundamentals, like I said, looking at our COT dashboard here, AUD longs, beautiful. Coming out of the shorts, also better, net long. And when we look at the DXY side of things here, what do we have? People getting out of the longs, more people getting out of the shorts, which is not always a bullish indicator, even though the net is positive. We have potentially US-Iran peace talks. And on the quadrant that we have here, available at Forexfundys.com, we have AUD just a little bit, it's almost insignificant, and DXY a little bit on the false side of things. Meaning USD went up last week, but it could have been a false move. All this stuff is available on Forexfundys.com. I recommend any Forex trader who's wanting to learn the fundamentals to give us a go for 1 month and see if this helps you understand the why of the move. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and peace. I'm going to take a nap now.